Hi, everyone. I'm Hartford Healthcare's Tina Verona. We are here at the Expo at the XL Center. That is Ken Harrison from the Hartford Healthcare Rehabilitation Network. We are at the booth here handing out some goodies. I am alongside Wendy Nichols. She's a physical therapist at the Bone and Joint Institute, also a marathon runner. You've been with us all week giving us tips and tricks on the marathon. It's almost go time, Wendy. So one day away, what do runners need to be focused on today?
You know, today is going to be mostly getting ready for tomorrow. So you want to make sure that you are tonight getting all your gear together, getting your bibs together, laying everything out. The last thing you want to do is be all stressed out tomorrow morning trying to figure out where your socks are, where your shorts are, where your gear is. So make sure that you are very well prepared. Everything is laid out tonight.
Good point. And one of those things to lay out is a belt here that you have. Show us what you have and what this is good for.
Yeah, so this is a hydration belt. Most runners do use them when they're on their training runs. I do recommend the Hartford Marathon Foundation does a great job with hydration stations along the course, especially with a full marathon. But I do recommend at least taking one bottle with you. The last thing you want is to be running and you're between hydration stations as you're going further along into the race and you're starting to get thirsty, and that mile between the hydration stations starts feeling like 10 miles between the stations. So I do recommend having at least one bottle with, just to make sure that you're staying hydrated.
And how often, let's say you're running the full marathon, the 26.2 miles, when should you start hydrating? When you feel thirsty, or should you just be doing it at every 3 miles? How do
you want to start at the very first hydration station that they have. The best thing to do is take a sip at every station. You want to stay ahead of your hydration. You don't ever want to start getting dehydrated. When you start feeling thirsty, your body's starting to dehydrate already.
And then aside from the drinks, you also have some sport beans here as well?
So I typically like to do the sports beans. They have electrolytes in them, caffeine. It's great to do as you're going along in the miles and you're starting to deplete those resources you have within the body. It gives you a nice little pep. It kind of keeps you going through to the end of the race.
I know you've been with us all week. We've been talking about stretching, and we can't stress that enough, how important stretching is. We have a table here. We're going to have a stretching tent tomorrow at the marathon. Tell me what the physical therapist from the Bone and Joint Institute will be doing tomorrow.
Yes, so they will be doing more of a passive dynamic stretching for the runners after the race. They'll also be doing it before the race. Stretching is very important before, and it is important afterwards too. So the runners will get to come in after they're done with their race, whether it's 5K, the half marathon, the full marathon. They'll get to lay down on a table after they've done all that work, and the therapist will then stretch them out.
And how, for runners preparing for the race, how long should they be stretching for?
Whatever they have been doing. I do recommend, we are handing out the stretching booklets here at the expo. I do recommend going through those stretches tonight, tomorrow morning, and doing about 10 of each of those stretches.
Yeah, and then of course visiting after, because it's important.
Oh, absolutely. And afterwards, you don't want to move anymore. You've just gone through a full race. You just want to lay down and let someone else do the work for you.
And then also, too, if you cramp up during the race, whether you're doing the half marathon or the full marathon, what do you suggest runners do if they find themselves cramping?
You want to start walking first. See if you can get it to loosen up just with walking. If not, then just do a very, very gentle stretch and see if it loosens up that way, and then start walking again and see if you can get back into your running.
And of course, this is a game really about pacing yourself. So what do you suggest right out of the gate? Do you come out quick? Do you slow and steady wins the race? What do you suggest?
You want to keep to your pace. What you're going to find is at the start of the race, there's so much excitement and everyone just goes. You don't want to get caught up in that. You want to start running at your pace, or at least settle down into your pace as soon as you can. When you're running the longer distances, if you go out way too quickly, that's when the end of the race is really going to be a little bit of a struggle.
All right, now again, if you're running tomorrow, you do need to come down here to the expo at the XL Center and come visit us at the Hartford Healthcare tent. Wendy, take us through what some of the giveaways are. You guys have been here yesterday. There's Ken. Hi, Ken. You've been here yesterday and today handing out some stuff to runners.
Yes, so we have some sunscreen. We have our dynamic stretch booklet, which is all the stretches that you really need to do before you run. We have some pens, we have chapstick, we also have our shoe wallets, which is a little pouch that you put on your shoe, and
one was just thrown at us.
One shoe wallet. and you can put your
Stephanie's demonstrating here.
you can put your ID in there. You can put your car key in there. There's different compartments. So if you pull your ID out, your car key doesn't go flying, and you end up losing your car key. So a great thing to put right on top of your shoe.
Yeah, good point. All right. So, Wendy, we appreciate it. Thank you for all the tips that you've provided this week. And, of course, thank you for watching. And if you are a runner, you need to come down here to the Expo at the XL Center. Make sure you stop by the Hartford Healthcare tent and meet some of our physical therapists. Of course, they'll all be out there tomorrow stretching runners before and after the race. And we hope to see you there. I'm Hartford Healthcare's Tina Verona. Thanks so much for watching.